Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, I have a truly special story for you. One that reminds us that no matter how small you feel, you have the power to make a huge difference. This is the story of Pip, an ant who saved a queen. In the heart of a bustling ant colony, deep beneath a sprawling oak tree, lived an ant named Pip. Now, Pip wasn't the strongest ant. He couldn't lift the heaviest crumbs or march the farthest distances like the soldier ants. He was just Pip, a small, ordinary worker ant, tasked with the simple job of clearing tiny pebbles from the nursery tunnels. While others boasted of their grand adventures foraging for food or defending the colony, Pip quietly went about his work, often feeling invisible. He'd watch the magnificent queen ant, a symbol of their colony's strength and unity, and dream of doing something important. Something that truly mattered. But what could a little ant like him possibly do? One sunny afternoon, a strange rumbling echoed through the colony. The ground trembled, and dust rained down from the ceilings of the tunnels. Panic erupted. Ants scurried in every direction, their antennae twitching with fear. The colony was under attack. A huge, monstrous creature, what we humans would call an anteater, was tearing at the entrance of their home with its powerful claws. The soldier ants fought bravely, a valiant but tiny army against a giant. But the anteater was relentless, its long snout probing deeper and deeper into their sacred home. Amid the chaos, a chilling message spread like wildfire through the trembling tunnels. The Queen's chamber is collapsing. The vibrations from the attack had weakened the supports of the most important room in the entire colony. A massive clod of earth, dislodged by the digging, was teetering precariously right above the queen's throne. If it fell, the colony would lose its heart, its future. The strongest ants, the heroes of the colony, rushed to the scene. They pushed and heaved against the heavy dirt wall, trying to support it, but it was too heavy. Despair began to set in. It seemed their fate was sealed. But Pip, who had been clearing pebbles nearby, saw something no one else did. In his panic, he had scurried into a tiny, forgotten tunnel, a narrow passage too small for any other ant. He noticed it ran right up and behind the very clod of earth that threatened the queen. While the strong ants were trying to push the massive weight, Pip realized the problem wasn't just the weight itself, but a single crucial keystone pebble lodged at the top, holding the unstable mass in a delicate, dangerous balance. It was this one small stone that was directing all the pressure downwards. All the other ants were focused on the big problem, the huge chunk of earth. They were trying to solve it with brute force. But Pip, because of his size and his unique perspective from the tiny tunnel, saw the small detail that was the key to the entire crisis. He knew what he had to do. It was a job that didn't require immense strength, but precision and courage. It was a job perfectly suited for a small ant who spent his days dealing with tiny pebbles. Taking a deep breath, Pip squeezed through the narrow passage. He could feel the vibrations growing stronger with every second. Reaching the critical spot, he put all his focus into that one keystone pebble. He pushed and wiggled it, using the same skills he used every single day in the nursery. It was stuck fast. For a moment he felt a wave of doubt. Could he really do this? He was just Pip. But then he thought of his queen, his home, and all the ants he cared for. He gave one final, desperate shove. With a soft click, the pebble dislodged. It was a tiny sound, lost in the roar of the attack outside, but its effect was monumental. The pressure shifted. The massive clod of earth, instead of crashing down onto the queen, slid sideways, harmlessly tumbling into an empty side chamber. The immediate danger was gone. The queen was safe. The other ants, stunned by the sudden shift, looked around in confusion, wondering what had happened. They saw the fallen earth, the safe queen, but they didn't see the hero. They didn't see Pip. By the time the anteater finally gave up and moved on, and the colony began to assess the damage, the story of the miraculous save had spread. But who was the hero? The strong ants who had tried to hold the wall were praised, but they knew they hadn't succeeded. It was the queen herself who solved the mystery. Her royal attendants had seen a tiny ant emerge from a hidden tunnel just as the danger passed. A search began, and soon they found Pip, quietly back at his post, clearing away the dust and debris as if nothing had happened. When the truth was revealed, the entire colony fell silent. The ant they had barely noticed the one with the unimportant job, had saved them all. Pip was brought before the queen. He trembled, not with fear, but with awe. The magnificent queen lowered her head to him. "Pip," she said, her voice echoing with gratitude, "you were not the strongest, but you were the most observant. You did not use brute force, but wisdom. Today, you have taught us the most valuable lesson of all. The size of your body does not determine the size of your impact. Every role, no matter how small it seems, is vital to our survival. You are not just Pip, the worker. You are Pip, the hero of the colony." From that day on, everything changed. Pip was celebrated, not for his strength, but for his unique skills and his courage. The other ants looked at their own jobs with a newfound respect, understanding that every task, from foraging to cleaning, contributed to the strength of their home. They learned that sometimes the biggest problems are not solved by the biggest actions, but by the smallest, most precise ones. And Pip, well, he continued his work, clearing pebbles. But now he did it with a proud heart, knowing that he was an essential part of his incredible colony. He had found his purpose, not by becoming someone else, but by being the very best version of himself. So, what can we learn from Pip's story? It's a powerful reminder that you don't have to be the strongest, the loudest, or the most visible person in the room to make a real difference. Your unique talents, your quiet observations, the things you do every day that might seem small or insignificant, they all have value. Like Pip, you might be the only one with the perfect perspective to solve a problem. You might have a skill that no one else possesses. Don't ever underestimate your own importance. Your small actions, when done with purpose and courage, can create massive, positive results. You have the power to save a queen, to change your world in your own special way. Be like Pip. Embrace what makes you unique, and never doubt the impact you can have. Thank you so much for listening to this story with me today. I hope it inspired you as much as it inspired me. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that fill you with hope and motivation. Let me know in the comments what small action you're proud of. Until next time, stay observant, stay courageous, and remember your own power. Bye for now.